What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talking Halos. I'm your host today, Jared Timms, and I'm joined alongside my co-host, my partner in crime, Nate Green. Nate, how you doing?
Good. Mike Trout with 1,000th RBI. That's huge. Good to see that. Finally get the monkey off the back. It looked like he had been struggling a little bit trying to get there, but now he's got there and got to celebrate it with a home run. So it was fun. Yeah, it was mashed to center too.
Yeah, getting close to 400. I think there. What is he? Three away from 400, two away
Yeah,
from 400 now.
397 now.
397. That's pretty cool. It's good to see that. Wish the Angels were winning games, but it's always cool to see individual milestones. I mean, going to Pujols' I think I was there for his 600th. Um, I remember Vlad's 400th down the line. I think you and I were actually at that game.
Probably so.
Yep, yep. K-Rod, Frankie Rodriguez
Yep.
breaking Bobby Thigpen's record or setting the record at 63, I think is what it was. Um, the last game of the year. That's pretty cool. But regardless, yeah, good to see Trout hit the ball hard, and honestly, good to see the Angels split against Seattle. I know it's not what we want, not what you want to see. You want to see the Angels at least sweep, but they're 5-4 since the break. I think it's a little bit too late. Let's talk about this Mariners series first. Then we'll talk about the ESPN news, and then we'll dive into the Texas Rangers series, which is a I don't even know if I can call it a huge series anymore, but we'll talk about it. We'll see how we feel about it and stuff like that. But first, thank you all so much for watching and listening here at Talking Halos. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Really do appreciate it. As far as the trade deadline goes,
Aren't they 4-6?
I had them at 4-5. Are they 4-6? You tell
They,
me.
they, okay, so Philly 2 out of 3, so they're 2-1. They get swept by New York, so that's 2-4.
Yeah, my math's not right. There you go. 4-6. Sorry.
Two wins against the Mariners. 4-6. Okay.
4-6. 4-6.
I was like 5-4. They're not over 500. You can't get swept and be over 500 when you
Next
haven't swept anyone else.
next time, tell me it after we take the commercial break. Okay. Come on.
It
Well,
was.
I'm still in the middle of commercial breakage action right now. All right. Not that we like need to do this or anything like that, but yeah. Again, thank you so much for watching and listening, even though Nate decides to just go off on random rants like that. Again, appreciate you watching. Um, yeah, you can follow us on all our social medias, X, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow myself on X, Jared_Tim's Nate at Nate Green 34. Guys, give us 1 second to pay the bills. All right, now go, Nate, go ahead. What do you got?
4-6 since the break.
1 6.
That
That
makes
boy.
way
See,
more
that's how we
sense.
do it. That's
Yeah,
how we keep it rolling and do
that
it.
makes way more sense.
I'm not cutting it. I don't do the edit. I don't do any editing. So we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. But yeah, Angels take two of four. I guess they split. That's a weird way to say it. 2 of 4, huh?
Yeah,
Angels
yeah.
split at home against the Mariners. We said they had to win. We said they probably had to sweep this series. I know. I don't think we did a preview podcast for the series, but I know you and I said they had to sweep this series to get even remotely close to buying. Middle of the series after the loss, it comes out from ESPN that they will be sellers. Again, we'll talk about that here in a second. You got any takeaways from this series? Again, Trout played well. Trout didn't play well, but he had that 1,000. He got RBI number 1,000. Pitching up and down. I'm not all that thrilled with seeing bullpen games, so I'm kind of excited to see Jack Hanowitz because the bullpen's absolutely getting taxed because of the way they're handling this right now. Um, but yeah, you got any takeaways from this?
Yeah, if you're going to do a bullpen game, at least have two guys that could pitch into the sixth inning. The Angels don't really have that right now. Like they thought that Kikuchi and Soriano were going to be those guys, but Kikuchi hasn't been able to do it. Soriano's been up and down, and
Kyle
that's just
Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks. Yeah, it's great for him to do it. It's too late because they had already announced that Kahana was going to start tomorrow. So it was like, okay, we don't really need the bullpen, but. Um, yeah, this starting rotation has been very bad. Tyler Anderson, I don't even think Tyler Anderson brings any value to this team anymore for what he's doing. Uh, Kikuchi still he kind of looks a little bit like he did early on in the season. Would like him to get back to what he was later in the year. And I think the biggest takeaway from this series is J Rod absolutely owned the Angels this week. Absolutely owned them. Um, the Angels did okay against Cal Raleigh. They gave up 2 homers to him, but they pitched him tough. He punched out a good amount of times. Like I thought they did a good job against him, but J Rod, like it was like 3-1, and they're like, hey, let's throw him a cookie. It's like I think he's very overrated, but I mean guys that are still good. Like I'm not saying that he's not good. I just think he's overrated. Guys that are good major leaguers, like they hit 3-1 pitches out of the yard. So yeah, and Mariners starting pitching was this week. Like it was fine, but it wasn't anything to write home about. Where it wasn't didn't look like the top rotation or top three rotation in Major League Baseball like you wanted to make them out to be. So I mean, I don't really think Seattle is good enough to make the playoffs. I would not be shocked if they don't make the playoffs at all. I think Texas is a way better put together team than Seattle, but Seattle's got a couple days. They've got 3.5 days to go make another move or two to strengthen this team. But I think what they need is a lot of their guys to get better. And we'll see. I don't know if that's going to happen, but Angel wise, like we mentioned, Mike Trout getting a 1,000th RBI. That's huge. Kind of allows him to relax a little bit and not press too much about like, hey, I gotta get this RBI to get the record or anything like that. Now it's like, hey, just go play baseball. And Neto was huge this whole series. I think Neto was very very important. Big defensive plays, had some big key hits. So yeah, I think those were my two takeaways: is Neto and Trout.
Yeah, I'll say this for as much crap as we give the Angels bullpen that we just gave them, like they're taxed and everything like that. They're still pretty good this weekend, minus like a Fermin blow up inning. Um, for making two back-to-back weeks of starts, the bullpen really kind of locked down pretty good. For the most part, he had the occasional again Jose Fermin blow up inning. And
Fermin had two bad outings this weekend.
yeah, we'll see what the Angels plan to do with Jose Fermin here in the coming days and weeks. But yeah, it's yeah 2-4 from the Mariners. I just say it's just a little bit too late. So I mean I'm on two different sides here with this. At five back, you want to see the Angels make the playoffs. You really do. But also you don't want to pull a 2023 and destroy your future either. Um, where you just go and trade for random pieces here at the deadline and say, "Oh, we're close enough. Let's go ahead and do this." But again, the fan side of me says, man, I really want to see the Angels in the playoffs. Like I want to see this happen. But I think we're gonna have to, and unfortunately, wait one more year to really start diving feet first, head first into the trade deadline side of stuff. So let's get on to it here, Nate. ESPN came out, what was it, after game one, I think, and said Angels are looking to sell at this point, and they're going to sell a lot of their one year pieces. So not Taylor Ward necessarily, though he is on the block. If they get the right number for Ward, then you know they'll pull the trigger there. It'll be interesting to see if anybody does. But Luis Renifo, Yohan Moncada, Kenley Jansen, amongst others, should be on the block. I know they mentioned Tyler Anderson. I don't know if there's a whole lot of a whole lot of value there with Tyler Anderson. I think it's almost more valuable to keep him in the Angels rotation and let him pitch those 40 innings. But that's just where I stand on that. Just because I don't think you're going to get too much back for Tyler Anderson. I'd say Kyle Hendricks is almost more valuable at the moment than Tyler Anderson is, though. I
To
mean,
the roster, yes. Because he's actually going 5 or 6 innings to start. Tyler Anderson is not going 5 innings. He has been struggling. I would way rather give up Tyler Anderson,
I'm sure you
even
would
if you.
because he's been worse, right?
Oh, absolutely. But you'll bring it up. Oh, he's been to the postseason. He's pitched in the postseason. He's a good veteran guy. I'm sure somebody will take him. So if that's the case, then somebody should take him based on those words, just because he's such a good guy and he's pitched in the playoffs before. So
Yeah, he took the words
yes,
right out. He
trade
took the
him.
words right out of my mouth, man. But I also just said that the 40 whatever innings he's going to pitch in the next couple months is almost more valuable to this rotation because you can't continue going bullpen, man. You can't. As weird as that sounds.
Well, you're already going bullpen when he pitches anyway, so it's not a huge difference. He's throwing 4 innings. Carson Fulmer threw 3 innings yesterday. Like that's pretty similar to what Tyler Anderson did. He went 4 2/3 in that game, so it wasn't like it was anything different. Of like, oh, hey, he got an extra 5 outs, 6 outs, like 5 outs. Excuse me, like awesome. Carson Fulmer could have got an extra 5 outs if we had to play a couple more innings. So I think there are people on this roster that deserve a look. I don't think Victor Medeiros is a starter, but I think what he's done in AAA deserves a legitimate look in the major leagues as a starter. I still don't think he is a starter long term, but give him an opportunity to start. You're giving Jack Hanowitz another opportunity to start. You have George Clausen in Double A, who's pitched pretty good lately. Samuel Aldegari could be another guy where it's like you could give him a chance to start as well. I kind of feel the same about him in Medeiros. I think Aldegari has a better outlook of, hey, you could pitch in the major league bullpen. I don't know if Medeiros ever will be a major leaguer for a full season, but you could give Aldegari a chance to start. You could give Dana, who probably a couple weeks away, but you could give him a chance to start. Like they have guys that they could give opportunities to that could eat up those 40 innings. And they're already on the 40 man. So it's not the only guy who's not on the 40 man of those guys I mentioned is George Clausen. But other than that, everyone else, like, is it that big of a deal if we give 40 innings to Aldegari, Medeiros, and Dana to finish the year? I don't think so. Like, what is Tyler Anderson bringing to this roster at, that those three guys wouldn't?
I just don't think you're getting anything for Tyler Anderson. Like I don't think anybody's going to trade for him.
Yeah, but
And people are going to be upset when he's still on the roster, but I just don't think that that's the case. I think out of the guys that we mentioned, Yoel Moncada, Luis Renifo, Kenley Jansen, and Taylor Ward, I like Tyler Anderson is by far the least valuable player there, and um,
really, I think it's Luis
yes,
Renifo.
guy can play three infield positions, can hit
Hasn't
for
played
you.
any of them well.
I, all right, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue with
He
you.
hasn't. He's been awful literally everywhere this year. He has been awful. Like there's not one thing that he has been good at this year. He hasn't hit good. He hasn't played good defense. Sure, he can play a bunch of spots. Like, is Kevin Newman bringing you back anything right now?
Don't
That
compare
that's
don't compare
literally.
Kevin Newman to Luis Renifo, man. That's
You're
bad.
right. Kevin Newman has a better track record.
That's bad. That's a bad take. That's a bad take, man.
Kevin Newman has probably the same amount of years with the WRC plus over 100 and has been a better defender throughout his career than Luis Rengifo, and he plays just as many positions. I mean, like Kevin Newman could be available for all we know.
It's a bad take. It's a bad take.
Let's see.
That's a blatantly bad take. No, I don't, we don't need to go dive into this. I'm just letting you know it's bad. It's not a good take. Um, yeah, man. It'll be interesting to see what the Angels do. We will have a podcast when if they make any trades. I would assume they're going to make at least one or two trades, and if that happens tonight, like we'll get back on and like if we'll break the news. If it's tomorrow, if it's as long as Nate can get on, we will definitely get on and go over these trades for you guys as they come in. Again, the trade deadline is Wednesday night, correct? Is it Wednesday night or Thursday?
Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday afternoon. So definitely expect some stuff to happen
Thursday afternoon. Sorry. Wow.
Thursday afternoon. Yeah. So
Yes.
definitely expect some stuff to happen in the next what's 4 times 24? What does that do the math for me? 100 and something? No, it's not even
So you
100.
got 96 is
96. 96 is 5. I don't know. I'm not doing the math on you there, but definitely expect some trades to happen. I think Yoel Moncada gets dealt. I'd be interested. It's going to be interesting to see if Luis Renifo gets dealt or not. Tyler Anderson, again, another one. I think Kenley Jansen gets hurt or gets traded as well. I think we see at least two trades, if not a third one. But I think it's going to be Moncada and Kenley for sure, and then we'll see excuse me, we'll see where it goes from there on uh on the trade front. So the Yankees, I thought were a good fit for either Moncada or Renifo. Hopefully the Angels didn't screw up there and
I
not
think
get
they
it
did.
not get
No,
a
I think
trade
they
in.
did because I
But
think they made their moves. I think the Yankees are done with position players.
yeah, I agree with that. So we'll see. I know the Dodgers have already kind of been linked to Kenley a little bit, so we'll see if Artie lets the Angels trade with the Dodgers. That'll be a really interesting thing to see. And same thing goes with the Mariners and Jerry Dipoto. See if Artie lets the Angels trade or lets Perry trade to the Mariners as well. So
The
you got any
Cubs
final
could
thought?
Cubs could use a reliever.
Yep.
Texas has been interested in a late inning reliever as well. Um, wouldn't be shocked if Detroit wants to get in that or Philadelphia. I know the Angels make a bunch of trades with Philadelphia, but like they could always use a late inning reliever. Somehow they just can never figure out how to get the last three outs of a baseball game. So I think Jansen has a huge market.
Yeah.
I think Ward has a huge market as well.
See if they pull the trigger there.
I think you have to pull the trigger. Like
Well, a Taylor Ward trade changes the entire outlook of what you're doing because at that point, if you trade Taylor Ward this in the next couple days, it opens up room in the outfield. As weird as that sounds, right? Like it does open up room. You know for next year in particular, you can move Adele. You don't have to trade Adele. You can move Adele to a corner spot where he should probably be playing. I mean, one of the worst defensive center fielders in baseball this year. You hope that you can split time between Soler and Trout in right field. I know that that's not
oh,
beautiful
for
by any means, but I mean, if Trout's going to continue to feel sore, it's going to be they're going to have to split time in right field, or you get rid of Soler and you make Trout your full-time DH, and you're able to go get a right fielder. Maybe you go pick up Kyle Tucker this offseason or something like that, which would be fun and make a lot of sense. But
unlikely, but sure.
you never know. We're not even in the off season yet, but um, well, I mean, you're already saying that the Angels aren't getting anybody this off season, man. Like this is
When's the
crazy,
last
man.
time? I mean, the last time that they spent any real money was Rendon's year 2020. Like, I mean, we could play this game all you want, but they haven't really spent any real money in a while. So
Oh,
I think Kyle Tucker would cost more than what the Angels have spent the last two off seasons combined, but
who
that's
did the
fine.
math on that? I highly doubt it. So,
It's probably pretty close.
all right.
Um,
But
it,
a Taylor Ward trade does change the entire outlook of what you're able to do this offseason. It changes what your plan is this offseason. I think it helps. I think a Taylor Ward trade helps you more than keeping him around helps you. Like I like it, Taylor Ward. I want to see him stick around. He's a California guy and everything like that. But I think that there's just a logjam of, dare I say, mediocrity in the outfield. Not necessarily mediocrity, but like just guys that are good players in the outfield, and I think that you can get something back for that and actually create the roster that you want and have a good defensive. That's the thing that gets me. I want a good defensive center fielder. That kills me that the Angels don't have a great defensive center fielder right now. I think that hurts them a lot. But
as Joe
yeah,
Dale
it'll be
robbed a
interesting.
homer today.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to give you on that. Yeah, you subtract what he's now at 11 defensive runs saved instead of
I
12
don't
or
even know if that
whatever.
ball actually gets out,
It
honestly.
does. I saw it. It does.
I don't know if it actually gets out, but sure.
So, all right, you got any final thoughts here on the Angels selling? We'll get on and we'll get on and do podcasts as this one as it happens. We will. But any
Yeah,
final thoughts?
I just would like to see two trades happen. If the Angels make two trades, I will not be upset at the Angels. If they make one trade or less, I will be upset with their deadline because this is a chance to get better. This is like you think that next year's the window, and I think if you don't do things this off or this trade deadline, it pushes that window back. It does because they haven't proven anything, and you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, but the window of next year. It's like, yes, but if you don't move a Tyler Anderson or a Kyle Hendricks, and you don't allow Aldegary, Dana, or Clausen to pitch at all this year, we're going to have the same stupid questions we have every offseason that we've had with Joe Adele for the last, what, three off seasons saying, hey, he's never really played in the big leagues. Let's give him a chance. We don't know if he's any good. Like, I don't want to have to go through that again of how many starting pitchers do we need? People are going to look at us and go, what are you talking about? Dana's a top 100 prospect, and Bremner's a top 100 prospect, and Clausen's a borderline top 100 prospect. We're going to be loaded. Like, we don't need to go get starting pitching. It's like, well, we don't know if Dana's any good. We don't know if Olivieri's any good. We don't know if Clausen is ready. So I think that it would be very valuable if the Angels would make two trades, even if it's Taylor Ward and Kenley Jansen. I'd be pumped. Um, but yes, I just think that that's a must for this offseason or for this trade deadline is two trades.
Yep, absolutely. So let's get on to previewing the Rangers series here. 3 games set at home against the Rangers. Game one, Nate, I have a feeling I know where you're
You could
going
just
with
take the
this.
Rangers by 100. It's fine.
Jesus, it's
Move
not.
on.
Jake DeGrom does pitch well against the Angels.
Except for his last time out.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was one that we
Angels,
thought was going to be a really good pitching matchup, and the Angels hit DeGrom around, didn't
yeah,
they?
they did hit him around.
They did. I'd be shocked if they did that again. As weird as that sounds, but um, yeah, I'll take Jake DeGrom on that. It's hard to go against him. Game two matchup against lefties. Patrick Corbin. I almost said Corbin Carroll. Patrick Corbin against Yusei Kikuchi. What do you got?
Yeah, I'll say the Angels win this one, but again, tip to the cap. You're gonna be mad, but Patrick Corbin has been outstanding this year. Tip the cap to him. Everyone thought that his career was over, and he goes and has had a really, really good season with Texas. So, Angels win it. It'll be a good one, but I think the Angels win it. Close game.
Yep, I'm with you there on that one. I think the Angels go ahead and take game two of this series. Kikuchi pitches well. And game three, another fun pitching matchup. I just feel like anytime the Angels and Rangers square off right now, it's kind of a fun. It's got a chance to be a fun pitching matchup. Nathan Eovaldi against Jose Soriano, a couple of flame throwers to say the least. Angels just I feel like the Angels don't hit well against Nathan Eovaldi, but what do you got?
Rangers win. Evaldi has been outstanding this year.
He has. He's been very, very good. Definitely one of those times, and I'll say when I miss. I definitely missed on Nathan Eovaldi. I wish the Angels would have signed him a couple years ago. I didn't trust the elbow. I didn't trust the arm at that point.
He's been banged up too. It's not like he's been perfectly healthy, but he's
No, but I
been.
mean he's been well worth however much
Oh,
money.
absolutely,
Yeah, totally.
absolutely.
I don't like to go the same thing as you, but we're going to go the same thing here on this one. I Nathan Eovaldi's been too good this year, but it's going to be a good pitching matchup. I think it's one of those games where it could be a quick move. Is that a day game? Do you know?
638.
Okay, good because I was going to say the ball might fly in a day game in Anaheim there, but yeah, if it's 6:30 game, we'll go Texas there. So, you got any final thoughts before we let everybody go?
Does Texas have a top three rotation in Major League Baseball? Since
On
I don't think Seattle does, I'm gonna say Texas does.
I'd say on paper they probably do. Um, I'd say that it's close. It's close. Maybe not even on paper. I guess statistically, because on paper you wouldn't like Patrick Corbin, and you look at Patrick Corbin,
The
he's
way
been
that he's pitched
pretty
this
good this
year,
year.
absolutely.
Exactly, exactly. So, and you can't go wrong with it's definitely one of the older ones. And we'll talk about this in the off season. Baseball, I can't think of who it is. Somebody just came out with a really good YouTube video about how it's better to sign older pitchers nowadays than
Hmm.
the older hitter. And I mean the Rangers are showing that off in this series. I would say Patrick Corbin is what 30 at least 33.
I think he's
Um,
like 35, 36, actually.
exactly. You have Jake DeGrom who's 40, and you have Nathan Eovaldi who's at least 37 now. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And then I mean Kyle Hendricks just pitched really well today against a decently good Mariners offense. And I mean, he's 40, if not a little bit less than that. So just cool to see. It's cool to see for sure. So, yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening here at Talking Halos. We do really do appreciate it. Yeah, my dog's just going to town over here, decided to dig a hole somewhere, trying to dig a hole through the carpet over here. So, thank you again for watching and listening. You can go ahead and follow us on all our social medias, X, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow myself on XJ_Tim's Nate at Nate Green 34. Guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a great rest of your day.